Hey everybody, it's Roy from ANSgear. We're going to take a look at a ball gauge today. This is the Exalt paintball size gauge. Nice size on this thing. I like that it's super compact, lightweight aluminum, easy to store, easy to put in your gear bag. It's not going to take up a lot of space. It does have a little ring at the top right here, so if you want to connect it to your keys, or maybe you have a lanyard or something that all your paintball gear is on, well, whatever it may be, you can hook it onto that, so it's always with you whenever you need it. Obviously, it's got your sizing on here. You've got from 696, 693, 690, 687, 84, 81, 78, and 75. Paintballs are trending pretty small these days. So getting down into the 81, 78, 75, you know, if you were to look at that like 5 to 7 years ago, it would be unheard of to be shooting a ball that small. But now it's very, very common, especially if you're shooting a reball. It's definitely down in that small size down here. It has a little bit of a ruler on the side, goes from 1 to like 3 and looks like 3 3/4 inches or so. Has a bottle opener on the side for refreshments, and it has a little notch right here where it says tape cutter. Easiest thing they're going to use this for is not cutting like Teflon tape or hockey tape or something like that, but this is going to come in super handy opening your paint cases. You can just slide that right along the top, cut that top seam open, cut the sides open, and just open that paint box right up. You're no longer looking for something to do it or just ripping the sides with your bare hands. Super simple, nice little feature on there. That really, really makes sense. But the main meat of this is going to be the gauges themselves. So I've got a couple of different paints up here, some Redemption from Valken, HK paint here, and some Reball right here, so we can kind of see the differences in size. And I tried to spread it out size-wise to go from big to small. Surprised me that this HK paint is as big as it is. It might be old. It might have been just sitting around on our shelf in the video room here for a while, so it might be a little bigger than normal. But if we take it, I figured this would come in like the 687 area or so, 684, but it's not. It's actually kind of in the 690. It's a little tight right there, depending on which direction I push it through. But the 693, I would shoot this paint right here probably in a 690 or 693, and I really wouldn't have any problems on the 93. The 90, depending on the ball, because depending on the grade of paint, they're not always perfectly round. It's very rare in paintball that you get a really round ball. So that's going to run right through there. And you always want to take a couple different balls from the same bag and run them through and see where they end up. This one is easier on the 9.3 than the other one was in the 9.0. So I would definitely run the 9.3 on this one. Then we've got some Redemption here. Typically the Redemption runs at about an 8.4 or an 8.7. So we're going to start a little high on the 9.0. Obviously it comes right through the 9.0, no problem. On the 8.7, a little bit of friction on there. Come down to the 8.4, and it's a little bit better. I would definitely shoot 8.4 with this Redemption right here. You could get away with the 8.7, but the 8.1, that's way too tight. So 8.4 for that one, and then Reball 8.1 right through, 7.5 right through, or 7.8, sorry, and the 7.5 is where it's at. Now that's pretty standard for Reball. It's really down there on the 6.75 side, 6.78 side, but this is perfect for a 6.75. So to have this gauge around you, it really makes it handy to know your paint size, because when it comes to accuracy, really it's paint to barrel match. It controls almost everything. Paintball guns just push a ball out the end of it, but accuracy really comes down to barrel and ball match. So if you can size your paint and you've got a one-piece barrel that you know is a certain bore size, you can match it to that, find paint that works in that barrel. Or if you have a kit like a Freak kit, Empire barrel kits like the Super Freaks, or the, who else makes a kit? The diebacks, the ultralight back kits, like they come in the boom boxes. Anything that comes in a kit. Planet Eclipse has their new FR backs that accept Freak backs. So everybody's getting on with doing a kit of some sort, which lets you adapt the barrel to fit the ball. So again, accuracy is ball to barrel fit. I can't stress it enough. Your stock barrel that you usually get with your gun, if it's on the cheaper side, it's probably the 691, 693 size. And then as you get into the bit more expensive guns, usually they're 688, 689. But paint tends to be smaller than that these days. So Having a gauge like this is super handy. I definitely recommend picking one up, and the Exalt one is a great piece right here. Light and does its job well. So check it out, Exalt paintball size gauge. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ANSgear.com.